Hey, everybody. Good morning. Is this thing on? It is. I'm sorry, y'all. I fell asleep waiting for Radio Griff to show up to this segment outside the Wenz compound, obviously. I don't give anybody remote access, so I guess he didn't show up. Well, show must go on, but I gotta let him know how I feel real quick. I can't be. Do you even care? That's pretty much the gist. I mean, it's more wordy than that, but maybe if he elects to come on the show again, he can let us know what's going on. But hey, like I said, the show must go on. Welcome, everybody. Here we are, week 9. Lots to get to here. Lots of surprises this week. What to start with first? Well, obviously, to a lot of us, the biggest news is the fact that Derrick Henry is not going to be playing anymore this year. And for a lot of fantasy owners, that's a real burn. But I also don't want people to disregard Tennessee. We're going to get to that story. There's a lot more going on here. Obviously, New Orleans losing Jameis Winston, but they found a way to beat Tampa Bay with Trevor Siemian taking up the role. And Taysom Hill is back from concussion protocol. So let's see what happens there. To me, just starting with this prediction, Atlanta versus New Orleans. New Orleans at home here. Atlanta got ran all over last week by Carolina without Christian McCaffrey. And I would expect New Orleans to do the exact same thing with Alvin Kamara. He's averaged over 100 scrimmage yards a game and a touchdown per contest over the last 5. So I'm going to go with New Orleans at home. Denver at Dallas. Listen, the last time the Braves won a World Series, which is definitely something I wanted Radio Griff to talk about here, but again, he's not here. The last time the Braves won, the Dallas Cowboys won the Super Bowl. That was 1995. And on paper, the Cowboys are clearly the better team here. And I think that they've given me no reason to pick against them, although I despise the freaking Cowboys. It would be foolish to pick against them at home. So I'm going to go with the boys at home. New England at Carolina, there are a lot of ifs with this game. So, McCaffrey is an if. I'm sure he'll play, but how much is he going to play? How much are they going to put on the line against an AFC opponent? So if you lose McCaffrey again, maybe you want to rest him. It's not a conference game. It might be a consideration. And maybe Darnold plays. If not, PJ Walker is getting a start. The biggest story to me here is Mac Jones. He's so hot right now, and he's one of 2 quarterbacks, the other being Kurt Warner, since 1950 to complete 68+% of passes and average 240 pass yards in the first 8 career starts. I figured since the 1950 number came up, I'd throw the voice out there. By the way, why do people stop talking like that? I feel like there's old school movies. Everybody talk like my producer's keeping me on track. Sorry, I digress a lot. Good news. Whether Griff comes back or not, we're going to have another voice here to keep me on track during this segment. So it's all good in the hood. Minnesota at Baltimore. Baltimore just doesn't lose against NFC opponents. They've won, I think, like 11 straight. And the most interesting thing about this is that Kirk Cousins statistically is a better quarterback. Now, obviously, you add in the rushing yards and touchdowns of Lamar Jackson, it's going to skew. But overall, just from a quarterback position, I think Kirk Cousins and the Vikings can steal one on the road here. I'm actually going to pick Minnesota on the road. Yes, and my producer just let me know, thank you very much, that I officially didn't make a selection with New England at Carolina. Thank you for keeping me on time. New England's going to win that game. Cleveland at Cincinnati. This is interesting because I saw this stat. Burrow is 0-2 in his career versus Cleveland, but during those 2 games, he has over 300 passing yards and 3+ passing touchdowns in each of those games. And Cincinnati has scored 30 or more points in both losses. So obviously, it's not their offense that struggles against Cleveland. And Baker Mayfield on the other side of the ball, he's lost 3 straight starts, and he's not lost 4 straight since 2019. So this is a toss-up for me. But I'm going to go with Cincinnati at home. They just have that magic sauce right now, and why vote against that? Buffalo at Jacksonville. Bottom line is rookie quarterbacks are 1-5 versus the Bills in the McDermott era. So, and this year, the Bills are 5-0 against 500 or below teams this season. So I'm going to go with Buffalo on the road. Houston at Miami. Tyrod is back, baby. But on the other hand, the Dolphins tend to play really, really well in November. So this is tough for me. But I'm going to go with the Texans on the road. I think coming back from that hammy pull, Tyrod's going to have a strong outing. So let's go Texans, not playing at home in Texas. Rather, they're traveling all the way to Florida to play the Miami Dolphins. But I think they win that game. Vegas Raiders at New York Giants. This is a case of one of the worst red zone offenses versus one of the worst red zone defenses. New York can't score in the red zone, and Las Vegas allows everybody to score in the red zone. So if this game ever makes it to the red zone channel, should be interesting. But I'm going to take the Vegas Raiders on the road. New York just doesn't have it this year. There's a lot of questions there. Yeah, for sure. Vegas on the road. Los Angeles Chargers versus the Eagles. Listen, I said it last week when Griff was here. I'm going to say it again. I don't believe that the Eagles are as good as what they put on the Detroit Lions last week. Yes, I enjoyed the win as a fan. No, I don't think it's a good idea to continue in these winning ways. Like, I get you want to see if Jalen Hurts is your guy. What are you going to do in the offseason? And I think that no matter what they do this week, whether they try to win or not, the Chargers are skidding and they're dangerous. And I think the Chargers, Justin Herbert is going to come into Philadelphia and put it on them. And the Chargers are going to win this game. They don't lose games to teams that are less than. And the Eagles, sorry, I'm a fan and I love them, but they're less than the Chargers right now. So I'm going to take the Chargers on the road. And as we look at Green Bay at Kansas City, there's so much drama around this game. Aaron Rodgers, was he vaccinated? Was he immunized? What does that mean? Is it any of our damn business? Like, can we stay out of these players' personal lives? Yeah, he may have given Jake from State Farm COVID, but those are the risks. By the way, it's also completely possible to get COVID even if you're vaccinated. So who knows what to believe at this point? This mystery virus is making everybody nuts. But for this game, we're looking at the 26th overall pick in the 2020 draft, getting a start, Jordan Love, against a 29th ranked Kansas City Chief defense. I like those odds. Plus, Devontae Adams is playing. I'm going to go with the Packers on the road at KC. Arizona at San Francisco. Man, Jimmy Garoppolo has absolutely owned the Cardinals. He's 3-1 in his career versus them, 11 TDs, 2 INTs, and over 115 passer rating. But the Cardinals are averaging almost 36 points on the road this year. And that's ties for the most in the NFL, I believe. Or no, actually number 1 in the NFL. So with that said, I got to go with the Cardinals on the road. Sorry. And I'd love to get Radio Griff's opinion. He's still not here. Let me see. No, that's not his Prius. That's another one. Tennessee at Los Angeles. Again, this is kind of something we talked about a little bit earlier. You lose Derrick Henry, but you know what? I don't want people to sleep because I think that Tennessee is still going to thrive. I don't see any reason why Jeremy Mcnichols and Adrian Peterson can't take up the slack here. People don't know a lot about Mcnichols. He doesn't have a huge body of work. He's been in the league for several years, I think since 2017. He only has I think less than 100 carries total, maybe sub 70 carries in his career. But this is an opportunity to show why he averages over 4 a carry. And so I think that Tennessee is going to surprise a lot of people. Is it going to be this week? No, I'm going to take the Rams at home. I mean, here they added Von Miller. He wakes up to a winning record after the trade deadline. What an awesome deal for him. Puts on his glasses, checks his phone. Holy cow, 87 text messages. What's going on here? And the Rams are hot. They've won 4 straight, and they're averaging a ton of points, 33, and only allowing 17. Geez, that's a great ratio, 2-1 there. I got to go with Tennessee on the road. Chicago at Pittsburgh. Ben Roth, we have our guest co-host here. Here we go. Future broadcaster. I'll save him from getting on terrestrial radio. He'll have his own on-demand show. Here he is, my producer for the time being. Chicago at Pittsburgh. Like I said, Ben Roethlisberger. He is 1-3 versus the Bears. And that's basically tied for his worst record against any single opponent in his career. But if you look at it from a 10,000-foot view, it's bigger than Ben, right? Mike Tomlin, the man that wears the cross on the sideline, hard-nosed coach, love the guy. He's 22-4 versus rookie starting QBs as a Steelers head coach. So I am going to go with the Steelers at home. And folks, we never ever like to leave a segment with Radio Griff without the sage lyrical wisdom of Tom Petty. But since Radio Griff isn't here, we're not going to do it. Have a great day. Take care.